Apply pressure from every angle, you feel me? Yeah, you know, attack move. Never fold, man. Nah, never fold, never quit, yeah. Keep going, like, yeah.
Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta,
yeah, I smoke that thing. Tryna get M's in the bank, fuck what they think. Knock a nigga whole mouth out. Come side me, top break, throw hands like Tank. Knock it out the park like Hank. I've been doing them planks, what you got on my drink? I've been trying to keep my sane. Humanity so lame, fuck you and your gang. Speaking on the dead man's name.
SKOL Vikes, baby, we're here. Another show, another live, another day. Let's get it, man. Lock in with me, right? You already know what it is. Before I go any further, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. Support the grind. Support the channel. If you want to become a channel member, do that as well. Really lock in with me on a deeper level. SKOL Vikes, once again, heavy. You know what I mean? Support the channel. Support the grind. Once again, man. You know. Shout out to all my big dogs, my levy dogs, my subscribers, my supporters. You are much appreciated, man. I repeat, you are much appreciated. Got some Vikings business to get into, to dive into, you know. So we really gonna hold it down in the boogie downtown. You know, a lot going on in Minnesota in general, dog. With the Wilfs, with Quasi. We know Quasi is out of there. You know, Quasi is officially out of there. So what's next for the organization? You know, as we know, it's been foul play with that, the whole Quasi situation, how he was fired, how he had to leave the building. You know, a lot of things coming out the woodwork, a lot of people talking. You know what I mean? Quasi definitely the scapegoat, huh? It's clear, it's evident to see. Quasi was the scapegoat, but you ask yourself, why? You know? But it is what it is, man. That's the room we're in. The Vikings NFL room. You come in the chat, make sure you like it up. Once again, baby. Takes less than 1 second. Support the grind, support the channel. Once again. Got a few things to talk about today. First topic at hand is Justin Jefferson. Now, as we know, I know you know, Justin Jefferson going on, coming up on what? Year 6, year 7. How does he feel about the whole regime? He recently spoke on Sam Darnold. I'm going to get to the video in a little while. But it's a lot of questions surrounding Jetta. You know, how does he feel? Where does he stand with the team, right? You know, how does he feel about McCarthy, even though he has stamped McCarthy already, called McCarthy his youngin', and is ready to put in real work this offseason with McCarthy. But you must ask, is Jetta's, how does he feel about Kevin O'Connell? How does he feel about the offense? You know, will he demand, request a trade if this whole offensive problem isn't fixed next year? You know, some people may even say, hey, trade Jettas. And you won't sit here and hear me say trade Jettas at all. I mean, my thing is, why would you trade Jettas when he's your best asset right now? You know what I mean? The only way I would entertain trading him is if you're getting a full load in, a big load in for him, dog. Fucking 2 first-round picks, maybe 3, 2 second-rounders, and this has to be back to back. But as far as trading Jettas, you won't, at least right now, at this point in time, I feel like there's no need. It would make no sense to trade Jettas if it's about getting better, if it's about winning a championship eventually. You know, Jettas is your best player on the field, your best weapon. Your best weapon, man. You know, you think about where would the Vikings be the past 4-5 years if they didn't have Jettas, huh? Yeah. So let's just comment way down when we're talking about trading Jettas, right? Right. understand and think about what you're losing, who you are losing as a competitor. But not only that, not only what he does on the field, but off the field as well. You hear me? Heavy. The man don't get into trouble. He stays focused, a good guy, solid dude, good in the community, works in the community, right? You know, heavy. So you got to think about it full spectrum when we're talking about trade Jettas or keep Jettas or what you could get for them, whatever, you know. And whatever quarterback you bring in here, right, needs weapons to throw to, needs someone to throw to, yeah. But Jettas recently spoke, had an interview or a press or whatever. Like I said, I'm going to get into the video in a minute, but he basically spoke about Sam Darnold, how he feels about Darnold. Pretty much said he feels like the team maybe would have been better with Darnold if Darnold would have stayed in the building, you know? Like I say, that's all a toss-up. You don't know for sure, especially with the coaching, the type of coaching KOC has been doing the past 4 years. You know, people think, oh, a quarterback will solve the situation. A quarterback will make things better. No. I mean, we saw the same thing with Kirk Cousins when he came in the building. Everybody thought, oh, Kirk Cousins, that's the Super Bowl piece. You bring in Kirk, you get to the Super Bowl. As we saw, that was one big illusion. So like I said, it's no guarantee if Sam Darnold would have remained in the building that the Vikings would have had the same season that the Seahawks had. It's not just about Darnold being a quarterback, right? Other people, other factors play a role. Number one, coaching. You compare the way McDonald coaches, Clint Kubiak, who is now probably going to accept a head coaching job once the season is over, once it's all said and done. So it's no guarantee that KOC and Wes Phillips and his staff would have handled Sam Darnold the same way they did. You hear me? Heavy. You're talking about two totally different offenses, you know? And like I've been telling y'all, Sam Darnold peeped the room. He observed what was going on. He knew who KOC was and is as a play caller. It had nothing to do about the money, about the contract. It came down to he knew, period. He knew, right? Seattle was the better fit. Yeah, Seattle was the better place for him to be. And looking at it now, he made the correct decision. Heavy, man, to benefit himself, his family, etc., etc., etc. See, Seattle, the difference with Seattle, they knew for a fact what they needed to do with the quarterback of Sam Darnold's caliber. They understood you can't put it all in his hand, all on his shoulders, but you can do it to a certain extent. But you have to do it a certain way, right? It has to be orchestrated. The offense has to be orchestrated a certain way. You know, your playbook, right? Your playbook, your damn playbook has to look a certain way, baby, in order for Sam Darnold to prosper. Even when you're behind, even when the game gets tough, you still do things a certain way. You still call certain play calls. And who understood that? Clint Kubiak, Mike McDonald, etc., etc., etc. And that's why they had their success. You know, they weren't stuck in their egos, right? They weren't stuck on, doing it their way. They made the necessary adjustments, sometimes on the fly, even. Something KOC can't do and refuses to do. He hasn't done it in 4 years. And we see who's held accountable, baby, and who's not held accountable, right? Right. I mean, people making a big deal about Kwesi leaving for his child being born. Oh, he shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have done that. And I understand. Taking a time of leave at that point in the season or the off season, probably not a great move, you know? But at the end of the day, They let Kirk Cousins do it all day, homie. Kirk Cousins didn't even work on Tuesdays. And Kevin O'Connell, the Wilfs, nobody else, not even Quazy, you hear me, had a problem with it. JJ McCarthy has a newborn. He misses what? 1 day of practice. And it's a big deal. Kevin O'Connell makes a big deal. All in the pressers, interviews, all at the podium talking about, oh, he missed practice. We need this. We need to do that. But once again, Kirk Cousins missed Tuesdays every year. Bum quarterback, never winning nothing. He missed Tuesdays, refused to work on Tuesdays because he wanted family time. And didn't nobody in the organization have a problem. But now Quazy takes some leave. Now we're hearing this being brought up. JJ McCarthy missed a day of practice, boom. Now that messes up all the chemistry for the whole year, so to say. So you see the politics, bro, the favoritism, the protection that certain individuals get. So yeah, the Minnesota Vikings as a whole, as a team, looking very suspect right now, right? Looking very bad right now. The way Quazy was fired was very bad timing, everything. Mark Wilf, I broke Mark Wilf's whole presser down. He was up there aligned the whole presser. Everything he said, he was contradicting himself in the Vikings organization, right? You could tell it was straight lies, bro. Boom. No way around it, homie. Yeah. So it's going to be very intriguing to see which direction the Vikings go in. You know? Heavy, man. Early. Make sure you come in the chat, like it up. Let's get into some of these comments real quick, right quick. Who we got in the building? Tech, what up, big dog? My dog Tech Jedi in the building. What up, Holmes? No more excuses. KOC can't run and hide now. Big facts, Tech. Tell no lies. I repeat, tell no lies, baby. Yeah, SKOL VIKES. You hear me? Heavy. Let's get it, man. Yeah. The Easy Way 1989. He says, fuck Crips. The Easy Way, I'm not sure why you're putting fuck Crips in the comments in the chat. Are you assuming I'm a Crip? Are you assuming someone in the chat is a Crip? The Easy Way. Is my bandana throwing you off? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He talking about fuck Crips. Guess what? The Easy Way. I don't gang bang. You hear me, dog? Huh? Heavy, man. Yeah. So I don't know why you coming in here talking about fuck the Crips like somebody a Crip up in here. You know. Man. Yeah, I ain't a Crip, I ain't a Blood, I ain't none of that, man. You know what I mean? Heavy. No cap, no doubt. So you can take that energy elsewhere, you know, but take it away from round yonder. Matter of fact, while you coming in here talking nonsense, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell as well. You hear me? The Easy Way 1989. Get your mind right, boy. I repeat, get your mind right, my boy. Yeah. You know, Cindy Mathis in the building. Cindy Mathis in the building. What up, Cindy? I hope all is well. You hear me? Heavy. SKOL VIKES. Do you play Dungeons and Dragons? Space Lagoon in the building. Space Lagoon, no. Morning, Big SKOL. Never a dull moment with the Vikes. My boy JD in the building. My boy JD in the building. That's big facts, JD. You hear me? That's big facts, dog. No cap, huh? Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, will we ever see a dull moment this off season, JD? It's getting real crazy, man. Getting real delusional as well, JD. You hear me? Heavy. I mean, what is really going on in Minnesota? I mean, at this point, all we can do is what? Sit back and watch, sit back and observe, sit back and enjoy the show. You ask yourself, what's next? You know, JD, I'm really just interested in seeing what's going to happen in the draft. You know, who's really in control of this drafts. You know, that's my biggest thing right now. Right now, my focus is on. I really want to see how this draft goes. You know, everybody put all this pressure on Quasi. Quasi can't do this. Quasi can't do that. Well, bet we gonna see. We gonna see. We're going to see what type of moves the Wolves have made. We're going to see what KOC can do, what this same scouting team who's been piss poor thus far in the draft can really do. But everybody said how bad Quasi was, and he was bad, atrocious, damn near. So we're going to see if this piece of the regime can do it better. I mean, the Wolves are handing over this responsibility to a guy who handles the cap. He plays with the numbers, baby. He handles the cap salary week in, year out. What does he really know about identifying talent? You know, unless he's going to depend and rely heavy on KOC and his scouting room. But that scouting team hasn't been great. They've been piss poor, just like Quasi. So is that a coincidence? You know? Like I said, the Wolves are making emotional moves because they feel like they have to. And I'm going to stand on it 10 toes down. Quasi was the scapegoat, and they needed someone to pick from. They had to choose someone, and Quasi was the easiest one to sacrifice or pick or fire, whatever you want to call it, baby. Boom. Hands down, man down. No ifs, ands, buts about it, right? Right. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this draft goes. You know what I mean? They got KOC hiring coaches, you know, making certain maneuvers. But I don't believe in Rob Brzezinski. And you telling me Grigson is still in the building? Grigson, really? Talking about Ryan Grigson, who destroyed the Indianapolis Colts? And you depending and relying on him and his so-called football IQ? Come on, bro. Right now, it's looking like one big joke round yonder. Leadership is all over the place. Sounds like a Chinese fried drill from top to bottom. They don't have a clue. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, JD. Exactly what I'm talking about, man. Exactly what I'm talking about, man. Piss poor. Running around like chickens with their head cut off. I repeat, running around like chickens with their head cut off. KOC has no rhythm to his play calling. Our Madden championship winners calls better plays in their tournament. KOC makes me man, come on, JD. We know who the real problem is, homie. You hear me? Heavy. All you got to do is go back and observe the season. Watch every game if you want to. I mean, shit, hell, observe the last 3 seasons, homie, in big time games, right? Big time moments. This has been a problem for 4 years. This man ain't coached the full 4 quarters in what? 4 years. Now we coming up on year 5. And you expect change from him? You expect something different? Yeah, he showed improvement the last stretch of the season, but will he continue that? I mean, knowing KOC, he's going to go right back into his ego, him being stubborn, thinking he knows everything. I mean, the man said it in the presser, huh? He wants to run his old offense. He wants to run his offense a certain way, you know? So it's not about him adapting to his quarterback, putting his team in the best situation to perform at a high level. It's not about none of that, bro. It's about him wanting to run the offense he wants to run, even if it doesn't fit his personnel, you know, even if running the ball more is more beneficial to this team. He wants it to look a certain way. He wants to throw a certain amount of times in a game to make himself feel better. You hear me, JD? You know what I mean? So he can feel okay with his play calling. What? What type of bullshit is that, bruh? Poppycock. Horse shit, bruh. Manure. I repeat, straight sewage manure. You can't tell me no different, baby. Yeah. Come on, homie. Stop the cap, homie. Yeah. My boy Tech in the building. Can we get an EJ presser where he stands up at the podium and says what the coaches should be saying instead of capping? My boy Tech, wow, man. And you know it, Tech. You know it, Tech. You know how I get down, Tech. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stop playing with. I wouldn't trust KLC for schedule a doctor appointment, bro. Come on now, Tech. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. I mean, why would we put trust in KOC ever, huh? What has he done? What has he proven, homie? That we have trust in his play calling, homie? We have trust in him for what? To put this team in the best position to win? Why? What for? You know? What for? Like, for real. All he has shown us is that what? He cannot really adapt. And every time he does adapt, I mean, even the last stretch of the season, man, we saw it the last 2 games. He always reverts back to his old ways. Very similar to who? Kirk Cousins. That's why I call him the Kirk Cousins of the head coach position. He always goes back to the old KLC. Always has a mental letdown, bruh. A mental lapse for whatever reason. You know? But it's starting to make more and more sense. Make more and more sense. Everyone speaks about the Sean McVay, the McVay tree. But what we seen McVay have meltdowns in what? The Bears game and the Seahawks game. Horrible decisions all across the board. So is that really the domino effect of the McVay tree? And like I say, it might be a new tree in the building, the McDonald tree or the Vrabel tree, baby. Yeah. That's just simply what it is. So no, I have no faith and trust in KOC. Now, do I want him to do good? Yeah. Do I want him to succeed? Hell yeah. Why wouldn't I, homie? Why wouldn't I? If he succeeds, guess what? The team succeeds. You hear me? Heavy. You know? So let's just be real here. So I'm gonna get into this whole Justin Jefferson situation. Matter of fact, I'll probably drop the link earlier. I'll probably drop the link earlier after this article right here. So if you want to come up, rock and roll with me, homie, lock in with me, come do that. You hear me? Heavy. But I want to get into this Justin Jefferson situation first. And we all pretty much know what time it is with Jettas, bro. You know, this is really a make it break it year for Jettas. I mean, how long would he want to remain a Viking if it's not a real change? If the offense comes out and does piss poor again, I mean, could you blame him for requesting and demanding a trade? I mean, Jettas is a pure winner, bro. He wants to win. I repeat, he wants to win. So yeah, man, I would not be shocked at all. Especially wouldn't be mad at Jettas if he wanted to leave the Vikings after this year, right? If the team is showing no progress, stay for what? I repeat, stay for what, dog? This man can go anywhere he wants to, any team in the land, even some of the best teams, right, in the land, and compete for a Super Bowl. That's his ultimate goal. I repeat, compete for a Super Bowl, right? That is his ultimate goal. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the article real quick. Boom. Justin Jefferson, Vikings would have done better if Sam Darnold stayed. Oh, wow. Let me know in the chat. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think for sure, are you for certain, if Sam Darnold remained a Viking, do you think the Vikings would have made it to the Super Bowl? Right? Thinking about all the factors that go into winning and even competing for a championship. Do you think the Vikings would have been in the same spot the Seahawks are today? I don't, bro. I really don't. Huh? You know, I really don't. Period. Bottom line, no cap. For Justin Jefferson, Super Bowl week carries a strange mix of admiration and regret. Regret. The Viking star wide receiver can't help but look at this year's matchup and wonder how different the story might have been if Minnesota had stayed the course at quarterback. As the Seattle Seahawks prepare for Super Bowl 60 with Sam Darnold under center, Jefferson admitted the thought has crossed his mind more than once. Asked by USA Today whether the Vikings could be in this spot instead of Seattle had Darnold remained in purple, Jefferson didn't hesitate. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Very interesting, baby. Very interesting, baby. No cap. So that tells you right there, you know, having a competent quarterback, a quarterback Jettas believes in is very important. Heavy. Minnesota's 2025 season unfolded far differently than the one before. After a 14-3 campaign in 24 led by Darnold, the Vikings entered this year juggling quarterbacks J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz, and Max Brosmer, a rotation that made consistency hard to find. The result was a 9-8 finish in an early offseason, a sharp contrast from the team that had been among the NFC's elite just a year earlier. I mean, were they really elite, baby? I mean, what is elite? I mean, wouldn't you call elite winning at least one playoff game, right? Come on, bro. What is elite for real in the NFL? Meanwhile, the most impactful absence from that roster, Darnold, is preparing for the biggest game in football. Everyone knows the difficulty of the quarterback position this year, how we were dealt it, Jefferson said, and it's impossible not to imagine the alternative. Jefferson believes familiarity alone could have shifted Minnesota's trajectory. Having a quarterback that already had a season under his belt with us, knew the plays, knew the playbook, knew the players throwing to me, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, all these guys. I definitely feel like we would have done better, but it is what it is. It's on to newer and better things. But I'm definitely happy and proud of him that he is able to reach it this year. And, you know, shout out Jettas, bro, for just being honest. And you speak of chemistry. Oh, yeah, it would have been more chemistry second year in the offense. All right, cool, boom. But that chemistry doesn't mean that chemistry equals a Super Bowl appearance. Like I say, it would have came down to KOC and his coaching ways. Just like we saw this year, KOC refused to change when he needed to. But I'm glad Jetta said on to newer and better things. I'm sure he was referring to McCarthy. And he definitely believes in McCarthy. Called him his youngin', co-signed him, talked about getting ready for the offseason and to put the real work in. And believe you me, if KOC would have took it seriously and really developed and worked with his quarterback instead of assuming that his offense would work, right? If he had chose to be a real head coach and a real QB whisperer, and that title is revoked as well, because he's really not the QB whisperer of nothing. I mean, you can't develop a rookie quarterback with all the talent in the world. You're calling yourself a QB whisperer? Man, stop the cap on that, first of all. But if KOC would have put the real work and time in with McCarthy, the Vikings would have been in a better situation, right? And you got to give some responsibility to Jettas and McCarthy and the whole receiving room as well, tight end room, all that. Because they could have took it upon themselves to get in the extra reps this offseason, right? Right. Put the extra work in together, you know, off-season program, running routes, meeting up on certain days, going over the playbook, just putting a real grind work in, right? Building a solid foundation. We talk about chemistry, boom. We talk about relationships, right, bro? Boom. Instead of just sitting and watching Minnesota Timberwolves games, they could have been on the field, right? Preparing to have a successful season, building chemistry that was lacking this year. You know, so I'm tired of hearing about, oh, Sam Darnold this, bro, Sam Darnold that. It's cool, it's cool. You know, Jettas believes that they could have been a successful team this year, but Jettas needs to understand, which I'm sure he does. And I know it's certain things he has to say a certain way, you know, really can't say too much. But it's no guarantee the Vikings would have been in a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold being the quarterback. Not with this coaching staff and not what they've proven or shown this year. Period. Bottom line, homie. No cap. But shout out to Sam Darnold, bro. Respect, big props to Sam Darnold. I wish him the best. No cap. For Jefferson, there's pride in seeing a former teammate thrive, even if it comes with a lingering sense of what might have been. The ripple effects of Minnesota's quarterback shuffle showed up clearly on the stat sheet. Jefferson's numbers took a noticeable hit from one season to the next, dropping from 1,533 yards and 10 touchdowns in 24 to 1,048 yards and just 2 scores in 25. And we know why he had a drop in numbers. We know all the factors that played a major role. And it starts with your head coach, bro. KOC. Boom. And even with all the dysfunction in the offense, surrounding this offense, he still put up 1,000. You know, I repeat, he still put up 1,000, homie. Yeah. Still, as he reflected on the difference Darnold might have made, Jefferson made a point not to cast blame on McCarthy. Instead, he emphasized patience and long-term belief in the young passer. I'm going to get to the video in a second. So this pretty much stats about Darnold. We already know about Darnold. So this year with Seattle, he had 4,048 passing yards and 25 touchdowns. Let's see what Jetta said about this here. Just get to the video. Let me share the screen right fast. You hear me heavy? Let me share the screen right fast. Give me 1 second, man. 1 second. Just so y'all can see the whole video, right? Right.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you guys had a good shot last year. Obviously, your quarterback last year is now going to the Super Bowl. How bittersweet is that watching, you know, Sam Darnold? Obviously, you're rooting for him, but, you know, just throwing passes to you a year ago.
For sure. It's definitely tough. You know, it's tough to watch. You know, of course, I love that he's in the Super Bowl. I'm happy for him. I want nothing but the best for him, especially the way his journey was at first.
Yeah, for sure. And
yeah,
for sure. And I mean, you guys had a good shot last year. Obviously, your quarterback last year is now going to the Super Bowl. How bittersweet is that watching, you know, Sam Darnold? Obviously, you're rooting for him, but, you know, just throwing passes to you a year ago.
For sure. It's definitely tough. You know, it's tough to watch. You know, of course, I love that he's in the Super Bowl. I'm happy for him. I want nothing but the best for him, especially the way his journey was at first. And, you know, people doubting him and people not giving him the respect. Now they're giving him that respect. Now they're seeing that he's a top tier quarterback in this league. And I, you know, of course, selfishly, I wish that he'd done that for us last year. But, you know, to see him blossom and bounce back right after last year and make it this year, I'm all happy for him, and I hope he wins. I'm rooting for Seattle, and I think Seattle is going to win. So I'll be rooting for him.
You know, shout out Jettas for just showing love and respect to Darnold heavy. And that's definitely the right thing for him to do. You know what I mean? Like anything else would be uncivilized. This isn't about nobody hating on Darnold or wishing him, you know, harm or nothing like that, bro, or hoping he loses. No, may the best team win, homie. Yeah. As far as the Super Bowl goes, I feel like it'll be a real good Super Bowl, bro. Has the chance to be a legacy type Super Bowl. You hear me? A pure classic. Not the first time the Patriots and the Seahawks have met anyway. You know, the last time they played in the Super Bowl, it was a classic game as well. You hear me? Heavy. So it's what it is, bro. Shout out to Sam Darnold, bro. Once again, Darnold's run has also placed him in rare company, becoming one of the few quarterbacks alongside Tom Brady to lead teams to at least 14 wins in consecutive seasons. In Minnesota, the fallout from a disappointing year has already begun. The Vikings are reshaping their leadership after firing general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah on Friday, signaling that more change could be on the way. And I hope it is more change on the way. Shit, bro, you hear me? Heavy. I really want to see that boy B Flow a head coach. You know? That boy B Flow a head coach, baby. Yeah. They used Kwesi to sign Flo. Imagine if they had fired Kwesi before Flo's extension. Doubt he would have stayed. Shout out 410 Rishas in the building. Shout out 410 Rishas in the building. So they said they used Kwesi to sign Flo. Imagine if they had fired Kwesi before Flo's extension. Doubt he would have stayed. Why do you doubt that, though, 410? I must ask you, 410 Rishas, why do you doubt that? You know, you think Kwesi would have really had an impact of Flores staying or leaving? Or was it that he didn't get offered a job? I mean, he got head coaching interviews, 410, but I don't think it's any news of him getting offered a job from the Steelers nor the Ravens. So do you really believe that because they didn't fire Kwesi before Flo's extension that made him stay? I mean, I really don't think Kwesi had anything to do with him remaining. You hear me? Heavy. W Podcast, go Vikings. Much appreciated, bro. We got Lillian Pump in the building. I repeat, Lillian Pump in the building, baby. Let's get it. You hear me? Heavy. He says W Podcast, go Vikings, SKOL Vikes, baby. SKOL Vikes, you hear me? Heavy. Win, lose, or draw, but we come to win, baby. Yeah. All day, every day. Let's get it. Jefferson also forgot to mention that he missed camp for the majority. A410, you know, like I said, Jefferson isn't absolved from any blame. I mean, he could have put more work in with McCarthy as well. Understanding McCarthy is a young quarterback, right? Understanding McCarthy needs time to grow and progress. He definitely could have did more, right? For his younger quarterback to prepare him for the NFL season. So everyone takes the blame in this situation, man. No cap. You know, everyone takes the blame in this situation, bro. Hands down, man down, right? Even during the season, in season, Jettas dropped passes. Addison dropped passes. You know, Hawkinson dropped catches, man. You know, so you can't evade that, homie. You hear me? Heavy. Shout out Ralph in the building, bro. Shout out my dog Ralph in the building. You hear me? Heavy. I hate to say this, EJ, but not keeping Darnold was the most dumbest move since the Herschel Walker trade with the Cowboys. I mean, how can you how can you really say that though, Ralph? How do we know it was the dumbest move? And at the end of the day, Sam Darnold didn't really want to stay, Ralph. That's the thing about it. You hear me? You know, Sam Darnold didn't want to remain a Seahawk. So you can't force somebody to stay, bro. If he don't want to be here, right? I mean, the Vikings can't handcuff him like, hey, you're not going nowhere. You're not leaving. And once again, it's easy to sit back and say now, oh, it's a dumb move because the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. I got to keep going back to it. It's no guarantee that the Vikings would be in the Super Bowl right now if they would have kept Darnold. Right? Just like the whole Joe Burrow situation. Oh, if we get Burrow, we're going to the bowl. No, it takes more than a quarterback, dog. Right? It takes a whole team, bro. A whole unit. It takes a competent coaching staff, bro. Period. So people may be mad about Darnold leaving and want to use that as an excuse, but at the end of the day, Ralph, we don't know how this thing would have went, homie. We don't know how it would have turned out, homie. Heavy, homie. Yeah. You know, how about we deal with the players in the building, what KOC didn't do? How about we focus on that aspect of it, dog? You hear me? Like, why didn't KOC put real work in with McCarthy? You know, why didn't KOC understand his personnel and put them in the best position to win? That's the first question we must ask. And at the end of the day, Sam Darnold didn't want to be here or remain in the building. I don't care what nobody talking about, man. Like I said, he read the room, he peeped game, and he said, oh yeah, the Seahawks, they're gonna put me in the best position to win. Right? He seen what KOC could do. So it came down to which organization, which head coach, right? Which offensive coordinator did Sam Darnold believe in the most? And he thought about it, boom, had an epiphany, and rocked and rolled with his move. And you can't be mad at him for it. He made the best decision looking back at it. Know what I mean? Early, homie. Yeah. Ain't no way around it, dog. No cap. You are absolutely correct, bro. I just felt suspicious about the whole timing. Yeah, timing very off. Timing is very off. You hear me? 410 Rishas. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. You want to come up and say how you feel, bro? I'm gonna drop it a little bit earlier today. So you want to come up, say how you feel. Make sure you keep it real. Come lock in with me. You're absolutely correct, bro. I just felt suspicious about the whole time, and like I say, the timing is off, bro. Couldn't have came at a worse time. I mean, you damn near got the draft right around the corner, 3 months away, and you think Rob Brzezinski can handle both? You know, handle the draft, handle draft personnel, right? Organize his scouting room, put guys in certain positions, and also handle the cap space on top of that, right? And what about free agency, homie? You hear me? Heavy. Who's going to handle the free agency program? One thing we can give Kwesi, right? He was solid on that. He was definitely solid on that. You know, you got to give credit where credit is due, props where props are due. But handling that free agency business, Kwesi was top level. Definitely top level. KOC is a bad coach. Look at what he did to McCarthy, trying to make him into Kirk Cousins. Cody Fullen in the building. Cody Fullen in the building, homie. Heavy. My point exactly, dog. You hear me? Just look at KOC. Just observe KOC and his move and his actions. It's evident he didn't put any time in with JJ, bro. Any time in at all, at least any extra time, right? To really understand who he was, what he was ready for and not ready for. He just assumed, he's going to be ready for my offense. That's horrible, a horrible way to think as a head coach. We're talking about a rookie quarterback, first time playing, first time having real NFL reps. And you assume he can do something or operate in an offense and make it look a certain way without even putting any real time in with him. All right? Come on, bro. Let's talk about KOC for real. Shout out D-Pad in the building. Shout out D-Pad in the building. I think we need to move Jefferson into the slot. His LSU stats are mainly in the slot. Drafting a bigger wide receiver role, McAllister from TCU would put Jefferson into the slot. I mean, wherever you put him in the best position to win, homie. Yeah, I don't care where you put Jettas. And shout out my dog D-Pad in the building. But it don't matter where you put him, right, Holmes? If the offense isn't ran correctly, it don't matter where you put him, homie. Heavy. It's still going to be a problem. Overall, the offense will still be a problem. That's just what it is, man. Like that. Thank, brother. Unfortunately, I just got to work. I'm gonna definitely hit you back one of these days. Bless up. Hey man, shout out 410 Rishas, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Have a good day at work, dog. No cap. Yeah, man. You know? Have a great day at work, homie. Yeah. We got an off day today, so we're gonna put the work in. You know what I mean? Regardless, man. Heavy. Let's get it, bro. But shout out 410 Rishas in the building once again. Tavius in the building. Tavius in the building. Big SKOL. What up, big dog? What up, my dog? He say, what up, brother? What up, my brother? What up, my brother? Heavy. Let's get it, man. SKOL Vikes forever. SKOL Vikes forever. You know what I mean? Good coffee, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember when he tried to throw JJ under the bus during the whole childbirth thing, accusing him of missing practice? Come on, 410. What type of bullshit is that, bro? But you got Kirk Cousins. Come on, baby. You got Kirk Cousins who missed every Tuesday because he wanted to be with his family. But they got a problem with McCarthy missing a Thursday? Huh? Come on, bro. That's chump punk shit. Right? That's KOC once again looking for somebody to blame instead of him blaming himself for not having his offense ready, right? His offense prepared, and for not having his quarterback ready. They're talking about because a man missed Thursday. Also, because he missed Thursday, that just messed up your whole game plan, huh? That messed up all the chemistry with your team, huh, KOC? Man, stop the cap, bro. Huh? This is stop the cap season, huh? And I'm tired of KOC capping and yapping, dog. You hear me? No cap. Come on now, 410. But they got a problem. But they ain't have a problem with Kirk Cousins' punk ass missing a whole season, missing Tuesdays all year, every year. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get real. Let's keep it really real. What up, Ralph? What up, Ralph? Let's get it, bro. You hear me? Heavy. But they done had no problem with Kirk Cousins missing Tuesday, bro. Period. Huh? But McCarthy come up there and miss one day. One day, they want to act like it's the end of the damn world. Come on, bro. Stop the cap. Then they want to bring up the Atlanta game, and the Atlanta game where he played on a sprained ankle for a full quarter. Right? The man ankles was messed up. He was getting hit all day, getting hit in the mouth all day, bro, the whole game. The man was sacked over 6 times. Come on, bro. For real? They want to blame McCarthy for that? For real? Bunch of chump punks, man. I stand on that 10 toes down. You hear me? Early. Come on, bro. Now we got some more news to get into as well. Give me 1 second. As we all know that the Senior Bowl is over now, but the Senior Bowl where scouts go. Of course, Viking scouts were there. I mean, Kwesi was there, what, 2-3 days ago before he was fired abruptly. Know what I mean? Heavy. So let's check out some of these standouts. So now you're pretty much at the moment, like, you know, what will the Vikings attack? What position will they attack in the draft? And have their hands on certain things in the draft. Now, will KOC have full control of the draft? You know? Will Rob Brzezinski have control of the draft? That is the big question here, man. Early. You know? Definitely the big question here, bro. For real. Senior Bowl standout offers Vikings a contingency plan Brian Flores will love. See what's up with it here, man. The primary headline from Senior Bowl week for the Minnesota Vikings came at the end when general manager Kwesi Adolpho-Mensah was fired. The timing of the move was odd on its own, but an extra layer was added when Adolpho-Mensah was spotted on site in Mobile, getting a look at and presumably also meeting with incoming draft prospects. A big part of Adolpho-Mensah's downfall as the Vikings general manager was failure in the draft. Time will tell what the 2026 draft brings, with longtime executive Rob Brzezinski leading the front office and head coach Kevin O'Connell surely having prominent input, but a change in that recent late April trajectory is a must. With Brian Flores back as defensive coordinator for at least one more year, he will maintain significant say in who is signed or drafted to fill out his unit. On that front, one free agent who really stood out this season is sure to be a priority to re-sign. But that free agent could also find a significant payday elsewhere, and the Vikings aren't in a great position to match a significant offer. The Minnesota Vikings may have a nice draft contingency plan that defensive coordinator Brian Flores will love. As the practice week in Mobile wrapped up, Gary Davenport of Bleacher Report matched 8 Senior Bowl standouts with an NFL team. The Vikings were, of course, matched with one Texas Tech linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez. If you know about Jacob Rodriguez, homie, fire the chat up, let me know. Oh yeah, let me know, bro. Period. It's a time of great upheaval in the Twin Cities. General Manager Kwesi Adolpho-Mensah was shockingly fired this week after traveling to Mobile to watch Senior Bowl practices. But whoever replaces him will be facing some potentially tough decisions, especially hold on, bro. What the hell is this? Especially on the defensive side of the ball. Eric Wilson, who played well for the Vikings in 25, but he's 32 years old and set to hit free agency. The team could be looking to patch a hole opposite Blake Cashman. Off-ball linebacker may not be a premium position, but Rodriguez could be a day one starter available on the draft second day. So once again, who is Rodriguez, homie? Who is Rodriguez once again? His aggressiveness and penchant for takeaways would no doubt appeal to Minnesota defensive coordinator Brian Flores. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look into who this dude is after this article here, man. Boom. Rodriguez had a breakthrough season at Texas Tech in 24 with 127 tackles, 5 sacks. Pretty good season right there, man. 10.5 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. That's an outstanding season for a linebacker, man, for real. Then he took things up a notch last season with 128 total tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions, 1 sack, a FBS high, 7 forced fumbles, 6 pass breakups, and 2 fumble recoveries. So this dude is sounding like a pure machine. You know, he's a real tackling machine already. Rodriguez also became just the 3rd player to win the Buckets Award, the Nagurski Trophy, and the Ben Narek Award in the same season. He also finished 5th in Heisman Trophy voting. While Rodriguez, 6'1", 233 pounds, might lack the size and athleticism NFL scouts consider ideal for an off-ball linebacker. As Davenport noted, he clearly has a nose for the ball, and his pro football grades as both a run and pass defender last season were elite, 94.8 and 92.3 respectively. While most of his work was as an in the box defender, PFF also had him with 61 snaps where he lined up as a slot corner, and another 27 snaps where he was lined up as a defensive lineman. To go with what he did on the field, NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah passed along word from teams saying Rodriguez did well during interviews over the course of the week at the Senior Bowl. Versatility, physicality, a nose for the football, Rodriguez sounds like someone Flores will pound the draft table for. And even if Wilson is re-signed, the Vikings linebacking corps could use an infusion of youth/long-term viability. And that's big facts right there, man. You know, linebacker is definitely a position of need. You know, Eric Wilson, I mean, can you depend on him? Like I say, I would like to see him remain on the Vikings, but is realistically, do you want to see him remain a starter? I would say no. So if you can find a young guy to bring in the building, would definitely be a plus. You know, definitely would be a plus for real. Let me check out Rodriguez, man. You know, Jacob Rodriguez. Jacob Rodriguez. Sounds like he's a high motor guy. You hear me? Heavy. A real dog, a pure dog who just keeps going. But he's definitely a tackling machine, baby. I repeat, he's definitely a tackling machine. 23 years old. Let's see what's up, man. Give me 1 second. Let's really break him down. Nitro Border in the building. Nitro Border in the building. JJ motherfucking finna dip for real. I don't know, bro. Hey, if the Vikings don't fix this offense this year, he might dip, homie. He definitely might dip. You hear me? Heavy. EJ, I'm happy you're not bashing JJ and to give him a chance. I mean, why would I bash him, Ralph? You understand? Why would I sit here and bash McCarthy, you know, when he was a rookie quarterback, basically put in a bad position by his coach for the whole year? So hell no, I ain't gonna sit here and bash the man. Does he have improvements to make? Hell yeah. Does he need to work on footwork and accuracy and certain technique moves? Hell yeah. But that don't mean you sit here and bash the man. No, the coaches need to do their damn job and develop him. Right. And get the maximum potential out of him, period. Point blank, period, bro. Bottom line. Huh? So all this JJ bashing, McCarthy bashing, I understand. It's the easy thing to do. Just like Kwesi being fired was the easy thing for the Wilfs to do. Does it make it right? No. So that's where I stand on it, man, for real. Shout out Black Iron Pots in the building, man. Shout out Black Iron Pots in the building. Could it be that KOC was never on board with McCarthy from the start and the open criticisms of his mechanics and grasp of the system were his way to undermine him like Zimmer did with Case Keenum? Not sure, Black, not sure, man. But this could go a lot of ways. But I feel like KOC definitely wanted McCarthy, It's a reason they traded up for him. It's a reason KOC talked highly about him after the draft. But yeah, I definitely think KOC and Kwesi and the team collaborated about McCarthy, came up with a plan to draft him, and they wanted him in the building. Yeah. I mean, it's easy for them to try to deny it now. It would be the easy thing for KOC to do now, right? Find any and every excuse in the book. But yeah, bro, at the end of the day, they wanted to obtain McCarthy. That's why they drafted him at pick 10. Do you like Markel Bell from Miami as a backup left tackle behind Derisaw? Also Lee Hunter with the 18 pick. Markel Bell from Miami. I got to check him out. I got to look him up. You know, Lee Hunter with the 18 pick. Who is Lee Hunter, D-pad? Once again, who is Lee Hunter? Vikings need help on all levels of the field, offense and defense. Sadly, Kwesi missed everything. Oh, yeah, Nitro. Oh, yeah, Nitro. And this is not to save Kwesi or, you know, speak good about Kwesi. You hear me? Heavy. Kwesi didn't do a good job either. You know, that's not what this whole thing is about at all. What? I mean, what, really? We know how ass Kwesi was in the drafts. Kwesi put the Vikings in a bad position as well. But it's not just him. You know? Definitely wasn't just him. Trey Grenard, who misses sacks for a second. Shout out Cody Fullen in the building. He say Trey Grenard. I'm not going to agree with that. You know? I say you find a way to keep Grenard in the building. But that's your opinion, Cody. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? Right. You know, but if we're talking about keeping as many important pieces as possible, I say an important piece is Grenard as well. I understand Dallas Turner. He had a breakout year. You want to see him get more reps on the field. And at the end of the day, if Dallas Turner outperforms Grenard, guess what? He will be your starter and Grenard will be the backup. I think everyone forgets that aspect of it. If Dallas Turner comes in and outperforms Grenard, baby, he will be the starter. Period, bottom line, bro. No cap. You know, so the best man will be on the field regardless of the situation, man. Yeah. Shout out Dumb Fate in the building. Shout out Dumb Fate in the building. You hear me? Heavy. What up, big dog? What up, my Levy dog? I would like JJ to stay a Viking, but honestly, he doesn't owe us anything. If he does leave, I hope he goes to a contender. Dumb Fate. Real talk. And I mean, he's given the Vikings every damn thing he has. That's just what it is, homie. You hear me? Heavy. He's given the Vikings everything he has. And he continues to give the Vikings everything he has, right? He doesn't pout, doesn't cry, he doesn't get on his diva shit. And if he did, you wouldn't have been able to blame him for nothing. Yes, he gets mad. Yes, he gets frustrated, justifiably so. I mean, the man wants to win. Ask yourself, when you get mad, if you were playing for the Vikings this year, right? Wouldn't you be upset if your coach was putting the team in a bad position and you couldn't really speak on it? I mean, wouldn't you be upset if you had a rookie quarterback in there who couldn't get you the ball, right? Come on, bro. Let's be real about the whole situation. Jettas owes the Vikings nothing. It's been 6-7 years, and he's been balling ever since, period. You know, heavy. The man hasn't been in trouble. He's been a stand-up guy, right? He's been good in the community, always giving back, being involved with the youth, especially, right? I'm sure at times when he don't even feel like it, probably. So we need to be real about the whole damn situation here. Jettas has given everything, and he deserves more. He deserves more. Definitely, man. No cap. You hear me? Heavy. I mean, it's even the past 2 years. Has he even been able to show off his real pure talent? Right? Have we seen the best from Jettas? Huh? Come on, man. With this lack of offense, how can any receiver put their talents on display? Come on, bro. Stop the cap. Lee Hunter was the standout at the Senior Bowl, nose tackle. I'm gonna check him out in a minute. D-Pad. Shout out D-Pad in the building for the news, baby. Yeah, appreciate you, baby. Yeah, keep it coming, baby. Yeah. School Vikes, School Vikes. You hear me? Heavy. Lee Hunter, Senior Bowl, nose tackle. Haven't had a true nose tackle since Linval Joseph. Big facts, D-Pad. We definitely need a big body, a big juggernaut up in there, baby, round yonder. We need a big body at the nose tackle position. So per. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and check out Lee Hunter right now. See what it really about, man. Get down to the nitty gritty. But I want to see some of Jacob Rodriguez's highlights before I really dive into Lee Hunter as well. You know, just see what type of player he really is. Boom. See if we can get some highlights going for the man. So we got Jacob Rodriguez, Texas Tech highlights. Y'all give me 1 second, bro. Rock and roll with me and lock in with me. Let me see what's up here. Sports Productions. Let me see, man. Might be good here. Copyright bullshit. Hold on right quick, man. Give me 1 second. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully we don't get in no copyright situation. Give me 1 second though, man. You hear me? Heavy. And y'all got any other names? Any other players you know about? Throw them in the chat. I'll check them out. You know, draft season, draft time is upon us. So definitely, bro, definitely. Especially defensive players, man. Offensive players too, like O-linemen, tackles, guards, defensive linemen, edge rushers. Hey, let me know, fire the chat up, put the names in the chat, right? And I'll definitely check them out without a doubt. But this is Jacob Rodriguez, baby. Let's see what he about here right quick. Heavy. Nice move. Hold on. Nice catch. What a catch. What a grab. So he's a ball hawk as well. Man, he would fit in. He would fit in Flores' defense scheme nicely. Nice play. Nice play, baby. Yeah. Swarming to the ball, you know, speed. Swarming to the ball, speed, all that, man. Yeah. Oh, nice play. That boy ripped it right out of there, man. So he's not only a tackling machine, bro. He's a turnover forcing machine. Wow, bro. He took it right up out of there off of homie, huh? I repeat, huh? He took it right up off of homie, man. Yeah. Nice play, boy. Boom, that punch out. His punch out game is crazy, man. For real. Oh, wow, man. Dude is a real ball hawk. Speed, all that. Man, go get him. Dude can fly too, man. Football speed is crazy. A lot of people get caught up in the 40 time this, 40 time that. But football speed is definitely a real thing. I mean, look at Jerry Rice. The man ran a 4.7, but yet he still outran everybody. I repeat, he outran everybody on the field. Yeah, I've seen enough, man. You got to watch the copyrights on YouTube as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that right there. But Jacob Rodriguez, bro, Jacob Rodriguez, I repeat, what I just seen right there, bro, he will fit really good in Flores's scheme. I'm going to check out Lee Hunter in a minute. My boy Dre in the building. My boy Dre in the building. What up, big dog? Yo, at work, Jetta Spoke organization need to fall in line. Real talk, man. Shout out my boy Dre in the building. Hope you have a great day at work, dog. You hear me? Heavy. SKOL vibes. Oh, yeah, man. One more again, man. You see, Caleb Banks, defensive line, Florida, 6'6", 320 monster. Shout out Dylan in the building, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Already know, Dylan. Already know, dog. Caleb Banks is definitely a monster. My biggest question for Banks is, can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the field? Definitely a monster. Definitely got the size and power. Big thing for him, bro. Can he stay on the field? Oh, you hear me? No cap. Coming off a foot injury that held him out all year. But if he's healed up, he'll be so damn good. Yeah. Sometimes you got to take a chance on these dudes. But Caleb Banks, definitely a player I've been observing, man. You talk about trenches, big nose tackle, a real big dog, potentially a juggernaut up front, which the Vikings need. I'm definitely taking him, definitely giving him a long look. Shout out Dylan in the building, bro. Okay. Now I want to get into Jacob Rodriguez's just profile, etc. Check him out on Draft Buzz. You know. See. I ain't gonna show no more videos because YouTube, some of these channels be tripping, like, you know what I mean? Like, be tripping about their videos, man. You know. But here we go, Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, Texas Tech. Let me see, man. Fast, but like I say, football speed is a real thing. Age 23. Bowl invite, Senior Bowl. 6'1", 233. Oh, yeah. Being that big, some say 6'1" may be short, but I ain't tripping about all that. 6'1", once again, 233 pounds. Let me see. Click the links below to view how player ranks versus other prospects. Really too much care about all that, homie. Here we go. Some of his strengths shows legitimate sideline to the sideline pursue with the range to track down outside runs and cover backs in the flat effectively. Diagnoses run concepts quickly and shoots gaps with conviction. Rarely getting caught flat-footed when the ball gets handed off. So that whole play recognition, right? Reading what's going on, observing what's going on, having a high IQ for the game is very important. Violent hands at the point of attack allow him to stack and shed blockers, keeping his shoulders square to make tackles. Quarterback background gives him exceptional pre-snap recognition, big facts, often calling out formations and putting teammates in proper position before plays. So you talk about a linebacker who could eventually be a green dot guy for the Vikings. Creates havoc as a blitzer with natural timing and bend to slip through gaps, generating 22 total pressures last season. Ball production jumps off the tape with 6 forced fumbles. I repeat, homie, 6 forced fumbles over 2 healthy seasons, always punching at the football, like we seen in the highlights just now. Runs angry through contact and delivers punishment to ball carriers. Violent, aggressive, physical. We love all that shit, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Bringing that old school thumper mentality between the tackles consistently. Physicality, right, bro? Very important. Leadership qualities shine through as a 2-year captain who set the tone for Texas Tech's defense with his energy and passion. Scouting report, these are some of his weaknesses, so to say. Undersized at 235, which, how the hell is 235 being undersized, homie? Yeah. Not understanding that at all. Come on, bro. Here we go. 1 second, 1 second. £235 for a traditional Mike linebacker role. Can get engulfed when offensive guards climb to the second level. Shows inconsistent tackling technique at times, occasionally going for the big hit instead of wrapping up securely through contact. Coverage skills remain a work in progress, particularly when asked to carry slot receivers vertically down the seam in man coverage. And at the end of the day, why would you have a linebacker covering a slot receiver? It's a total mismatch, period. Modest athletic testing with the 4.7 40 suggests he might struggle matching up with today's athletic tight ends in space. Tendency to freelance occasionally leads to him overrunning plays or creating cutback lanes when he gets too aggressive downhill. And once again, bro, all these so-called weaknesses can be improved as far as techniques and using his hands better, coverage skills even. And like I say, don't get too caught up in the 40 time. Football speed is a real thing, man. So I'm gonna just leave it there. But Rodriguez, definitely all the talent in the world. Raw talent, has IQ for the game, understands the game. So keep an eye out for him, bro, for real. Jake Rodriguez. Now let's check out Lee Hunter. See what Lee Hunter is really about. T-Bass in the building. Shout out T-Bass in the building. What up, big dog? Well, you have to blame something when you have a $35 million contract and you catch 2 touchdowns. Well, at the same time, T-Bass, and shout out T-Bass in the building, bro. You hear me? Heavy. I mean, can you blame Jettas? Who is or what is the something you should blame? Can you really sit there and blame Jettas for his lack of touchdown production, right? When the offense was piss poor, when your head coach couldn't call a real play to save his life, Holmes. So T-Bass, I understand what you're saying, but how much blame do you really put on Jettas? With a rookie quarterback who's put in a bad situation. Not to forget a rookie quarterback who played the last season of the game, right? So Jettas could reach his 1,000-yard season, right? Everybody tends to forget that. But they got so much smoke for J.J. McCarthy. Talk about his immaturity and his this and his that. Hold on, my dog Dre in the building, man.
What's up, homie, man? Hey, wait. Hey,
what up, man?
Right here, man. We at work right now, homie. That's how we do it.
Shout out, respect,
bro. Hey, boy, he's an arrogant asshole, too. I just gave him a nickname, arrogant asshole, because he a Patriots fan.
Oh, man. Hey, he a real fan off fan, bro.
Hey, already hate from afar. Yeah, he a sports almanac, too. I'm going to bring him on a show when I get home. Hey, I'm telling you, man, instant success.
Instant,
All right,
bro.
tell me this.
Yeah, yeah.
Jetta said what he said. What you think, brother?
About Jettas? Oh yeah, bro. Hey, Jettas. Hey, he basically made it clear, but he said, "Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a chance, though." You know. Period, man.
Hey, they got a fight. They got a. Hey, they got a fine line.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Because I guarantee they do the same shit this year. He'll be gone, bro.
Yeah, because if I can't get 10 picks and some players for him, I ain't trading him.
Right. And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And Dre, but everybody want to talk about his lack of production this season. I wonder why, homie. Any receiver would have had a lack of production, dog.
Shit, I mean, I know he's frustrated and all, but play ball, man. You got to work through it. Y'all get in the off season, get that connection going, play through it. But
Yeah.
hey, man, hey, he said what he said. I hate that he put it out there like that, but hey, it might need to err on that because everybody getting dirty in the organization. So let's get dirty. It's a dirty game,
man.
bro.
Shit, crazy, man.
I'm following Jetters.
Yeah, I mean, like people sound crazy talking about trade Jettas and he ain't this and he ain't that. Man, he been carrying this whole franchise for the past 4 years, bro.
I know. Done broke Randy Moss records, man. Put some spec on that man.
Come on, bro. Like
another made up record.
Oh my God, you hear him? Here he go.
What he say?
Here he go. He said,
what he say?
Jetta's got a made up record, man.
Made up record? How? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Jetta's got a made up record.
What?
Every week,
Man, come on and get on the show, man.
Bro, what is he talking
Right,
about,
here you
bro?
go, man. Man, the man is tripping, bro.
JJ's like that. I ain't not taking it away. But every week somebody breaks a record of these stupid statisticians they got these days. Come on, analytics can kiss my ass.
Oh my gosh, man. That's what I go through at work every day with this guy, man.
He talking about records. He talking about records, dog. We talking about a lack of.
Hey, he like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't taking it away, bro. You can't just use the record, man. Every week somebody breaks
No,
a record.
man, Jetta said.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Hey, Dre, hold on. We got T-Bass in the building, man. Hey, shout out T-Bass in the building.
Oh, okay. TB, my home.
What's up, guys? No, hey,
hey,
my whole thing.
I'm working with.
My whole thing about my Jefferson comment,
right?
It's just, you know, I personally thought signing him to that huge contract was a mistake, not because of Justin Jefferson's talent, because where the Vikings were at the time. They were not a Super Bowl contender. Signing a receiver to a $35 million a year contract is something a team does when they're one piece away to get over the hump. It's going to be a waste of contract. They should have traded him and built a team and then go get a quarterback. This was just an ass backwards mess for the last 3-4 years. That's just my opinion. And, you know, we want to blame everything on, well, the coach did the year Joe Burrows was out for the season, did Jamar Chase's numbers drop drastically? I don't think so. It wasn't such a drastic drop.
Well, that's something we got to look at, though. You got to have the stats on that first, you know? I mean,
I think I've looked. He's never had a drastic drop in stats like that.
Okay, look, let me ask you this. So you think Jetta was overpaid, but the numbers he was putting up and the way he carried the Vikings, you think he was overpaid still? Because Jetta's made
because you know what? Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. His two playoff games, both were losses, and his stats were terrible. So, you know, we want to blame everything on things like, you know, this guy shit bad, they didn't show up and stuff. Isn't it? You want to be known as the greatest player in today's game. Don't great players show up in big games? They show up. It doesn't fucking matter if they have the flu or whatever. Their ass shows up and they produce. He hasn't in games.
Listen, I'll be the first one to say. Jettas has had some bad games, dropping balls. He dropped balls this year. I get that. But if we're talking about showing up and who don't show up, it's no I in team. So if you're a coach or your old line doesn't show up,
yeah, and I don't want this to sound like I'm bashing Justin Jefferson and saying but the narrative on Viking fan is that there's no argument that he's the best receiver in football. I think that's a very arguable thing anymore. I do.
Now at this point,
to be the greatest, you better have at least a few.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead, Dre.
You know why I wouldn't trade Jettas? Because I don't trust our organization to take the picks and whatever we get for them to draft the right players. It'll be the same thing like when we traded Randy Moss, we turned around and got Troy Williams. Man, Troy Williams was straight garbage.
In high school.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, boy. I can't deal with this shit. But I wouldn't do that. We traded Randy Moss for Troy Williams in the first round. We took Troy Williams.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
So T-Bass, let me ask you this, T-Bass. So as far as Jettas, you know what we got with Jettas, a great player, especially putting in a good offense. You put Jettas on whatever team you want to name, the top teams, the Seahawks, the Patriots, whoever, the top teams, Jettas going to definitely produce every year. I mean, I get what you're saying as far as he can play better at times, but at the end of the day, bro, we know who Jettas is as a receiver.
Yeah, but I get it. This isn't like, I don't want to bash Jefferson like he sucked. I'm more saying we made a mistake not trading him before we signed him to a contract. Now we are stuck with him. Okay. Yeah. We're not going to get the value we would have gotten before he signed that contract.
Oh, definitely.
I'm a firm believer you don't make your receiver the highest paid player on the team. That's just, I think. So I forgot, I wrote up a scenario that year if they traded the guys they could have got and keep trading that first pick down until next year and then go get your quarterback. They would have just an unbelievable. They in my scenario, they could have had Brock Bowers. They could have had quite possibly the kid the Giants drafted at wide receiver that got hurt this year that had a great rookie year. They could have just kept trading down, been in the position of accumulating these first round picks and do something like the Bears did several years ago. Just trading that pick until you're ready, go get your guy. They'd be low. I just think it was a wrong move. Just put in that much money into a receiver, and the way it looks like this contract's gonna play out, we might not get anything from it.
I feel what you're saying, but right now I don't trust my organizations to make the right picks, man.
I agree with you, but that's a major issue when we don't have any faith on the organization making the right moves.
Yeah, I mean it's much more a bigger issue than, you know, Jettas getting paid or is Jettas great or not. We know Jettas is great for sure. I mean, and now if it would make no sense to trade him now. I mean, what could you really get for him? Back then,
the time was before the contract.
Yeah,
okay,
but me,
go ahead, EJ. Go ahead.
I feel like as far as Jettas being a player, he can still give you 2-3 more great years, man. I mean, this has the offense, the failures of the offense had nothing to do with Jettas this year. I understand he dropped passes, Addison dropped passes, but Jettas is who he is, bro. So you got
just it's hard to, you know, compare him with like Michael Jordan or great players, you know, Wayne.
Well, you can't do that yet.
Whatever. But those dudes elevated everybody.
But his career's not over yet.
Yeah, but he's in his prime. Those dudes in their prime elevated everybody. Everybody, you know.
T-Bass, he's been elevating quarterbacks since he's been in the build. He elevated Kirk. He elevated Mullins. You see what Nick Mullins did when he throwing the ball to Jettas?
True. I guess you're true there. I just so but you know, now with this contract, you know, there's talk about Joe Burrows. You bring in Joe Burrows, and now you're with that Jefferson contract. That's like a 30-year salary cap going to two guys. They better be producing 2 touchdowns a game.
Let me ask you this.
Okay, but we gave a 30-year salary cap to Kirk Cousins, and he didn't elevate.
And no one had a problem with that, T-Bass.
Yeah, well, but at that time we weren't paying a receiver $35 million a year either.
Right, but you could have built your team around Case Keenum that year at 2 years in a row, you know?
No, I'm not saying the Kirk Cousins signing was great. I'm just saying now with this Jefferson contract, bringing in a guy like Joe Burrows is like crazy. Giving a 30-year salary to 2 people.
It's too much.
How are you going
to? And you know what's crazy, T-Bass? They think fans think if we bring in Burrow, it's a guaranteed Super Bowl. That's not the case. You need more than just Joe Burrow on your team.
No, it's still a team sport. You have to build a team, and this team is a long way away from being a Super Bowl talent or a Super Bowl caliber team, in my opinion. You have to bring somebody in and blow it all up.
They should have blown it up.
That's
2 years ago.
That's just my opinion, and it's going to be a struggle for probably the next 5 years because of the decisions that were made over the course of the last 4 years.
So how do you feel about the Kwesi situation?
Well, everybody's making it sound like there was a lot of drama, people going behind people's backs, this and that. Here's a simple thing I think is a Viking ownership loves to put positive spins on, okay? And they hate negative press. And ownership was sitting there kind of mad and kind of embarrassed about the Sam Darnold situation. Then the GM comes out and admit, yeah, we made the wrong decision. It was the wrong move. There's no way to put a spin on that anymore. And so ownership called in Kwesi, said, you know what? Now we can't say anything about this. There's no spin on it. You were man enough to come out public for it. You're man enough to take the responsibility. Your ass is fired. I think it's easy as that.
Yeah, I think Kwesi was a scapegoat in the whole situation, man. But I talked about that. I talked about that previous videos, man.
I'm agreeing with EJ.
That's your opinion, though. Too, no. Go ahead.
Well, if they would have listened to him when he wanted Harbaugh, we wouldn't have this discussion now.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, I agree with you. He was a scapegoat.
Yeah, come on, man.
He came up and said, ownership who loves to put positive PR on everything. Everything's great. They no longer could spin that. The GM came out and said, we made a mistake. So they were pissed off, and they're like, you wanted to come out public for that? You're the scapegoat. We're blaming it on you. You're fired.
Yep, that too. Because everything is going on an allergic reaction right now.
Emotional decisions, man. Hey, hold on.
Yeah,
Hey, this
everybody just wigging out and trying to blame somebody instead of looking in the mirror. And everybody from ownership to the players take accountability for the lost season y'all had.
Yeah. Shout out Mike Rhyme in the building. He said, I disagree. We got a Super Bowl caliber defense, which is very true. We got a great offense, just got to fix the play calling. So, yeah, when you said they're 5 years away, T-Baz, I don't think they're 5 years away, dog. They just got to make the right moves now, though. The defense is going to be good. The defense is going to be good. We know that. But
there is no team depth. There is no team depth, and injuries happen every year. And every year we go into the same stuff. Oh, this guy got hurt. You know, this guy got hurt. So next year, who's to say there isn't 3 major injuries on defense?
Right.
And then
look.
Let's say Blake Cashman blows out his knee the first game. Who do we have to replace him?
Don't say that now, Bass.
Well, injuries happen. Injuries happen.
Facts.
It's proof Brian Flores can plug in.
But look, my thing is this here. Okay, we need depth. Facts. Get it in the draft with these 10 damn picks. Get it in free agency, you know.
Let's see him do it. I mean, if Kevin O'Connell's in charge of the draft, I don't trust him with the coin toss. Let alone.
Me neither, man.
Me neither, dog.
He gonna draft all offense.
Word, bro.
And then this speculation. Okay, Brian Flores re-signed with the Vikings as defensive coordinator because he did not get a coaching opportunity. This speculation that behind closed doors, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you're the head coach when KOC fails. Is that a really good business model to hire your number 2 guy and say, hey, I promise you the job if the guy you're working under fails? Right. I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because
for a guy like B-Flow, yeah, I do it.
My thing is,
it's not a good business model.
Oh, definitely not a good business model. But what is with the Vikings right now? the way they fired Crazy wasn't a good business model, dog.
Well, and them spinning it that the GM wasn't in the building. Ownership isn't in the building.
Come on,
this is another failure that they're not around and seeing the coach and GM not getting along. They say there's times the ownership isn't in the building for 2 months stretch. This is like a little branch of their business empire. They don't take this as this is my sole priority. You know, they're real estate men. A real estate guy will try to sell you swampland in Arizona.
But it's like the last dude said, we got a great offense, we got a great defense. It's all on KFC and this play calling. I mean, dang, playing, dog, every time we run the ball and get 10, 15 yards of carry, you want to throw the ball 10 times in a row. You don't ever want to go working.
Well, it's about certain improvements on the line as well, too, you know. I mean, you got to get better on the line.
So something I've always thought this past season, and now that the speculations are, I guess we don't know for sure, but the speculations on what Kevin O'Connell thought about McCarthy and how they're saying he was Quasi's guy. I think it definitely McCarthy's high ankle sprain was a soft benching. It wasn't a high ankle sprain.
What do you think it was?
It was a soft benching. O'Connell's saying behind closed doors, this kid isn't ready. So we're gonna say he has a high ankle sprain, which again, the Vikings like to spin everything positive. We can't just say he's not ready and bench him. So he has high, because you know what? there was so much stuff fishy from the beginning. Generally, a guy gets a high ankle sprain, he's immediately getting treatment. McCarthy went to the press conference that night after the game. No mention of it. The next game, he's on the sideline. He's not even in a boot. He's jumping around and stuff. That shit wasn't a high ankle sprain. Sorry.
Hey, yeah, because a high ankle sprain, you out for about 6 weeks for real.
Well, look. Let's say that was the case, but if that was the case, it makes sense because KOC was mad at McCarthy for missing that Thursday practice, right? so that was
yeah. I mean, yeah. So you know, there was speculation at the time, and a lot of McCarthy supporters were like, "No way, he's hurt. He's got a high ankle sprain and stuff." I think it was a soft benching because that was a spin it positive, and also not coming out and saying this kid isn't ready.
Yeah.
Well, you make it sound like KOC sabotaged him then. That was a soft bench.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much.
It's crazy, man. A lot going on, right? Hey, Mike Rhymes say we were 4 play calls away from winning 12 games this year with the team we have in a quarterback situation. So once again, that shows you piss poor play calling from your coach.
I ain't gonna say 4 plays. We about 300 plays from winning 12 games.
But he basically saying, you know, bad decisions in big moments from KOC, bro.
Yeah, I know what he's saying.
You know?
I know what he's saying. But we shouldn't have been in that predicament anyway. If you pound the ball, instead of there gave Jordan Mason all this money and you don't even use them.
Yeah. JD say KOC, Sam Darnold has earned the right to be a free agent. We'll keep talking. KOC equals team killer. Damn, JD, you going there with it?
I mean, here's another thing about McCarthy. Here's another thing about McCarthy is next year is basically his second year because he was out all of.
Thank you, bro.
So everybody's talking about his last 5 games or his last 4 games. Okay. They were against some of the worst defenses in the league and teams not really playing to win. And so just look at this in professional sports, not just football, but pretty much all of professional sports. A lot of times guys in their second year take a step back because teams now have the tape on you. They know how to prepare better for your strengths and weaknesses. So there may be a thing that McCarthy takes a little regression from this year because now teams prepare better. Well,
because look at it like this, T-Bass, because even if you say down the stretch, well, first off, he balled crazy against the Cowboys. They were playing for something. He would have balled against the Detroit Lions until he got hurt versus the Giants. And then you talk about early in the season, I mean, you should have beat the Bears and made the playoff anyway. He drove down the field both times in the fourth quarter. So as far as who J.J. McCarthy is as a quarterback, his pedigree is winning. The question is, will KOC bring that out of him and maximize his talents to the fullest potential?
Hope you're right. I was never sold on J.J. McCarthy. I thought it was a massive reach at number 10 when a lot of people had him a low first round, high second round pick. And, you know, I thought there was a lot of clear indications when Penix and McCarthy were both on the board. The Vikings just sat there. I think they might have had Penix higher than McCarthy. And then when Penix, the shock of, holy crap, Polana took a quarterback. That's when they moved up. That's when they moved up.
Go ahead, Dre.
The mock.
Hey, so see, I wanted Penix too, right, T-Bass? You know, I ain't.
I'm not saying I wanted Penix.
I put him on live. He's showing up.
I'm not saying I wanted Penix. I'm just saying I think the Vikings had Penix and McCarthy rated pretty much the same, maybe Penix higher. And so that's why they weren't nervous when they were both on the board. And then once Penix went, that's when they kind of panicked and traded up because they wanted to get somebody.
Yeah. I feel you, man. Nah, man. Appreciate you for coming on and saying how you feel, dog. Hey, go ahead, Dre.
All right, I want to know, since he said big time moments, JJ don't show up. When our quarterback gonna show up in big time moments? I mean, the last two playoff the two playoff games that we went to, the quarterback didn't show up. The coach didn't show up.
The O-line didn't show up.
Yeah. So, I mean, nah, man. I mean, everything he said, Jetta deserved his money. I don't feel bad about his contract because he was people forget he was a 2-star athlete coming out of high school. The man overachieved at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got to piggyback. I'm piggybacking on Jetta's. Do what this man tell you to do. He the leader of the team now. What it seems like to me, if he get up there and say that on national TV, you are the leader of the team, brother. Organization follow his back.
So I just hope the contract works out. But let me ask you guys a question.
If I can't get a Herschel Walker deal, man, I'm not letting him go.
Let me ask you a question. So Jefferson has what? 2 more years on the contract or 3? Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think about 2.
Let's see. After end of his contract, if the Vikings don't even have a playoff win, would you consider that a bad signing?
Just depends on the fact.
Not because of his greatness, not because of his greatness or talent, just because of the fact you spent $35 million on a year on a guy and you didn't even get a playoff win.
Yeah, but you got to tie that in to KOC too, man. KOC is terrible, man. He's terrible. Kevin O'Connor is terrible. And it's hard.
Nevertheless, of whatever situation, you can say the coach, the quarterback, blah. Is that a good investment? At the end of the day, when you spend $35 million on a wide receiver and you don't even have a playoff win in 5 years, is it or not?
I would say it depends on the factors and how Jetta's performs down the stretch of his contract these last 3 years. But because you
the game, I mean a season, it's a good investment.
So no playoff win.
No playoff win?
Is it a good investment or not? I mean, when you spend, I step away and say I'm not a Viking fan. If this was going on in Chicago or Green Bay or any team, we would be saying those people just wasted 5 years on a $35 million guy, and what did they get? Nothing. It was a bad investment.
You're treating around like a quarterback, man. You're treating like you're a quarterback.
It would depend on how the situation was going, T-Bass. You know, whatever team it was, like me, I was satisfied with Jetta's getting paid and keeping him around because you know what talent he is. Now, if the Vikings don't bring the right guys in the building, which they have the chance to do now with McCarthy on a rookie quarterback deal, then that's on them. I mean, you're not extremely far away from being a playoff contender or a Super Bowl contender. Your defense with Flores is going to be elevated every year. The question is the offense. So no, I'm not going to say it was. I ain't going to say it was waste of money on Jetta. Yeah, but we got to wait and see what you know what I'm saying, how it all pans out, man. That's just my thing with it.
I hope you guys are right.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are right.
Hey, appreciate you on saying what you feel, man. Appreciate you coming up, dog. Hell yeah. You got any more thoughts? All right, man. I'll let you later, bro. Have a good one.
All right. Hey.
All right, now.
I'm gonna hit you back, Jack. I'm gonna hit you back, EJ, man.
All right, bro.
Get out of here, man.
All right. Hey, have a good one, man. I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right, you too, brother.
All right, bet up. SKOL VIKES, man. That boy D-Pad say, can we talk about Lee Hunter and Caleb Downs? That boy, shout out D-Pad in the building, bro. Oh, man. I'm finna get to it right now, D-Pad. Don't worry about it, man. Hey, shout out T-Baz and Dre in the building, who was in the building, bro. SKOL Vikes, man. Heavy. Pickleball Peterson, what up, big dog? Vikings offense getting all them penalties and dropping passes wasn't Quasi's fault. That's a coaching issue. Shout out Pickle in the building, bro. Big facts. So we got into the pretty much broke down Jacob Rodriguez from Tennessee. Now we want to check out that boy Lee Hunter. I believe Lee Hunter is his name. Let's see what's up with him. Lee Hunter. Let's see what's up with Lee Hunter, man. Yeah, I mean, as far as being playoff contenders, and your defense is right there, bro. You know, it's no question with your defense. I mean, shit, with the lack of experience this year, defense was right. Information on Lee. What the hell, bro? Can we get to Lee Hunter? Like, come on, now. Here we go. Lee Hunter, Texas Tech, 2 DT3 Tech. Age 23. So Lee Hunter is 6'3", 320 pounds. Let's see what he about. I don't really care about all the extra stats, bro. I want to see his strengths, etc. So Scott to 2-gap effectively and generates consistent interior pressure as a 3 technique rusher using heavy active hands to win inside leverage battles and collapse the pocket even without refined pass rush moves or counters. Commands constant attention from the offensive coordinators who must account for his gap integrity, creating one-on-one opportunities for linebackers and edge rushers when opponents commit resources to neutralizing him. Displays impressive pursuit speed for a 325-pound interior defender, showing the athletic traits and quick feet necessary to chase down ball carriers from the backside on stretch plays and screens. And like I say, speed is very important, man. So a big boy who can move as well, definitely a benefit. Excels at timing his strikes and disengaging from blocks once he's diagnosed the play, using powerful one-arm stabs to shed contact and make plays in traffic at the line of scrimmage. Delivers jarring contact as a chest-to-chest tackler who finishes through ball carriers rather than attempting arm tackles. So he's a great tackler. That's a plus. Rarely missing opportunities when he gets his hands on runners near the line. Brings 3 years of consistent production against quality Big 12 and AAC competition with 38 games played, providing NFL teams with extensive tape showing his ability to handle starter workloads. Possesses the frame and length that NFL defensive line coaches covet for interior positions, with broad shoulders and a thick base that projects well for adding functional strength at the next level. So a lot of good signs here, a lot of good positives about Lee Hunter. Like I say, the Vikings need that real big juggernaut right at that nose tackle position. You got Hargrave, you got Allen, but really they can probably give you, what, 2 more years, huh? Maybe even if that. I mean, you could potentially see a decline in Hargrave and Allen this year, you know? So as far as your depth chart goes up front on your defensive interior line, he could be a good fit. You have to attack the draft, though. You got to attack the draft, bro. Period, no cap. Scouting report weaknesses, lacks the explosive first step and dynamic athletic traits needed to threaten edges consistently, forcing him to win primarily through power rather than diversified pass rush plans or speed to power conversions. Plays too upright at times when engaging blockers, surrendering leverage advantages and allowing offensive linemen to get underneath his pads and move him laterally off his spot when he doesn't stay low. shows inconsistent motor on plays away from his immediate gap responsibility, not always pursuing with maximum effort on backside runs or maintaining chase discipline when the quarterback scrambles outside the pocket. Limited pass rush repertoire leaves him predictable as a rusher who opposing centers can game plan for, rarely deploying effective counter moves or showing the flexibility to threaten with anything beyond straight line power. Tested poorly in a 40-yard dash at 5.2 seconds, reflecting the stiffness in his lower body that prevents him from changing direction fluidly or bending around blockers when speed moves are necessary. So I guess mobility must be worked on, right? He must get more moves in his arsenal as far as pass rushing, etc. But yeah, like I say, bro, all these so-called weaknesses can be identified. I'm sure we see what Flores does with lack of talent every year. So I'm not too concerned or worried about him becoming more flexible or staying lower, keeping his pad height lower. That all comes with time and progression in the NFL. But his size, his power, right? Like one thing you can't coach is what? Size and speed. And it all comes down to scheme fit, man, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this draft is very important for the Vikings, and we must build the trenches, both sides of the ball, bro. Period, no cap. At the same time, building your skill positions, your cornerbacks, your safety room, your receiver room, et cetera. You know? Now let's check out Caleb Banks from Florida. Caleb Banks from Florida, man. 330, 6'6". I love the size on this dude. Definitely, you hear me? No cap. And the biggest thing with Banks is, can he stay healthy, homie? You hear me? Can the man really stay healthy, man? For real. Mike Rhymes say, I will take Cousin back. Hold on, Mike. Hold on, Mike, now. Appreciate you being in the chat, big dog. But you talking about you would take Cousins back? I got to ask you why now, Mike Rhyme. I got to ask you why, Mike Rhyme. Why the hell would you want Cousins back in the building, bro? You hear me? Early. Huh, bro? Jalen McCullough safety for the Rams is a steal. He is a rising safety. Check him out, SKOL. I got you, Dre. Oh, so he must be an up-and-coming free agent, Dre? Is he a free agent this year, homie? Let me know. The tape says different. I believe it's not updated. I believe it's not updated. 1 second. Cornerback from Alabama, number 2. I like him. Yeah, he got Dre back in the. He ain't.
Yeah, I was gone until he just said that.
Yeah, I don't know why you say
Viking family. Viking family.
Come on, bro.
Please leave Cousin where he at.
Why we want Cousin Dre for what, man? We know who he is, dog. Don't nobody want Cousins, bro.
I know it, man. What is this? That's all they were saying last night, man. Cousins. What is it the Cousins got on his franchise? We're on our fan base.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
When we down by 100, you want to throw for 300 when we
That's what I be saying, bro.
It's ludicrous, man, that people be wanting Cousins back.
Right. That's what I be saying. Like what? Like just like Kelsey, hey, this dude get protected, bro, every year. Every year, homie.
Hey, I'm telling you, Jalen McCullough. I'm not saying this because I'm a Vol fan, but the man, he played for the Rams. He been jumping out the screen, man. He really, you know what I'm saying? I think he a safety.
A free agent this year?
He can play the run. I don't know, man. He should be coming up for a contract, man. He should be a free agent because I don't think he got drafted. But he should have been drafted because the man balling out for the Rams.
And what's his name again?
Jalen McCullough.
Jalen McCullough.
He's number 2 for the Rams in the secondary.
Let's see.
And hey, he held on the blitz too. Oh, he's an excellent blitzer.
Yeah, let's see if he's a free agent.
Blitzer, good tackler, and everything. I mean, hey, I feel like we could get some pieces. I feel like we could get some secondary help in free agent. But we got to build them trenches up, like you said.
Yeah, but he ain't. I'm
talking about like build them up.
Yeah. Hey, but he's not a free agent until next year, bro.
Oh, he ain't. Damn.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, he a free agent next year. Hell yeah, man. And you know the boy from Brown from Bama. He a sophomore. He'll be a junior this year, but he won't be coming out this year.
What? He just a sophomore. Damn, he'll be a junior. Oh my God. Damn, I gotta put up with him for another year.
Hell yeah, that secondary gonna be raw.
I gotta put up with him for another year. Damn.
I'm telling you, Dre, secondary gonna be raw. Telling you, bro. Gonna be raw, man. Hell yeah, man.
Bama secondary gonna be good.
Gonna be like that, Roman. Hey,
damn.
Hey, check out what Pickleball say. Bring Cousins back. Are you high? I'd rather sign Harappa.
I'm telling you, man. What are they smoking out there, man? What are they smoking out there, SKOL?
You ever bring him back, bro?
Man, if that's the case, you might well get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather get Rodgers than Kirk, man.
Yeah. At least Rodgers don't buck the system. Rodgers will buck KOCA.
Man, what? Come on, man.
Stupid ass play. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So hey, man, I'm like, man, the Vikings done got me discombobulated, man. Just like how you feel when I said, man, we should have just cleaned house after the year. How do you feel now since we in this turmoil? When I said that a couple of weeks ago, we should have cleaned house. Yeah. How you feel about that now, General?
You talking about what just firing a coach and GM and all of them?
Yeah, just clean it. And let's start all over, just like the Bears did.
Yeah. After what I seen from KOC this year, I was definitely ready for him to be fired and Quasi, bro. Just bring new coaches in, huh? Even if you make Flores the head coach, you would.
Thank you. I mean, hey, I'm kind of like a prophet, man. I can prophesy this shit, brother. Man, we should have just clean house. New England did it. Seattle did it. The Bears did it.
Yeah.
There are two teams playing in the Super Bowl, and the Bears won the NFC North. Come on, man. Come on,
just
man.
Just because you clean house and fire your coach and GM don't mean you got to be sorry the next year.
Yeah. That's proof. That's proof in the pudding right there.
Yeah,
we
bro.
need leader men on our coaching staff.
Yeah.
And that's position coaching too.
Yeah, it's wild,
all
man.
of them need to be leaders, man. And if you can't buy into B-Flow's system, get on somewhere.
Yeah.
Go B-Flow the man.
Yeah, I mean, B-Flow
proved. I'm talking about, and them a partner with this topic crazy, talking about how y'all gonna give $6 million. Y'all just gave a record deal to a coordinator. I said, it's already written. The script is written.
Shit, if anybody, it's B-Flow. If anybody should pay this flow.
Yeah.
The hell you talking about, man?
Man, goddamn it. Ain't B-Flow still in federal court?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's still battling with the NFL, the whole lawsuit thing, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so they better leave B-Flow alone. Because this man fighting the Fed. That man, you know what I'm saying? The man fighting with the government and all that. They better leave B-Flow alone before he
Yeah, now B-Flow deserved any payday he got, he deserved it, man,
I'm talking about, man, especially with that playing with Rodgers, the cornerback Rodgers. Yeah, he deserved a raise just for dealing with him.
Yeah, I mean, the secondary wasn't great, man. We know that.
No.
Secondary
And I feel like Harrison Smith was holding Theo Jackson back.
Yeah, Harrison Smith, he lost about 2 steps. You know, respect to him, but he definitely been slowed down past 3 years.
Yeah, you just a line of scrimmage DB now.
That's where he should be. Send him on a blitz, period.
Yeah.
You know? Hell yeah.
You just come in when we need pressure. That's all.
You know, and it's not no disrespect.
You know, man, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Yeah, I mean, man, and just tell the people, man, just tell the fan base, EJ, because, you know, you the general, I'm the Secretary of State, and just can you carry out these orders for me, General?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Tell people to get out this Joe Burrow and Kirk Cousins stuff.
Bro.
You ain't doing nothing but tearing JJ down.
Come on, man. Develop your quarterback, man. Do your job.
You think this man don't hear this shit, man?
I hope he uses it as motivation. Fuel for the fire, man.
Me too. Hey, and I really think he is, bro.
Hell yeah.
If he got any kind of competitive bone in his body, he gonna use this as motivation, and he gonna bust the NFL up next year.
Hell yeah. You know what's coming, bro. Heavy. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You already know, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, but yeah, my man want to battle you, so now next time we come to work, man, I'm gonna set it up.
Bet, man.
Hey, he a New England fan now, so you got to come ready, Skol.
I'm ready, man. Tell him. Yeah. Hell yeah.
He ready now. Hey, he on this shit too now. He'll walk in sports almanac too.
Yeah, okay, bet. I like it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, and he a Florida State fan too.
Oh yeah, hey.
Yeah, so he up on you.
Yeah, they got something coming next year, week 4. Yeah, we got them again. Don't worry about it.
Oh, y'all got them week 4?
Yeah, week 4, 5, something like that. We play them next year though. We got them.
They kind of Bryant Denny.
Hell yeah, come Tuscaloosa this time. You know, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And don't let me down now.
Nah, bro, we on their ass now.
Don't let me down now, because I want to blast his ass.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We ready, dog.
Yeah, man, but I don't think Caleb Downs gonna be there, so let's get off of that. That man gone.
You think he gone?
Hell yeah, well, he'll be gone in the first 5. I think he'll top 5 pick the way they talk about him.
True, but his injuries might hold him back from being top 5. Just depending on what the teams take a risk about.
Yeah. And then, only way we can get lucky and get Caleb Downs if we got some organizations that's just as dumb as we are and don't pick them.
Oh, you talking about Caleb Downs? I thought you was talking about Caleb Banks. Okay, you mean Caleb Downs, yeah.
Yeah, the safety from Ohio State. I don't think he's gonna be there.
Now you got to trade up for him, bro. You got to trade up for him.
Yeah. So the fan base, let's just move on from that.
I mean, unless the Vikings trade up for him, that's the only way you getting Downs, bro.
Yeah, and we can't afford to trade up to get nobody, in my perspective.
I mean, we got 10 picks, so.
But damn, what was up? What would the team want for that spot, though?
Right. Yeah, definitely. For Downs, yeah, they won a lot, I'm sure, dog.
Yeah, I'd rather build my trenches up than get a DB.
Yeah, because you can. It's a pretty good draft for safeties as well. So you ain't got to reach for Downs either,
the safety position D.
Yeah. They got some solid safeties in there.
Oh, okay, all right. But I like Theo Jackson. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan. I just seen that man play, man. He kind of versatile. He can play safety or corner. And I kind of felt like, we love Harrison Smith so much.
Right.
It's hard to put him on the bench because he's a homer.
Yeah.
And but man, he'll ball hawk too. He'll ball hawk, and I felt like he gave a little bit too much respect to Harrison Smith instead of going out and taking that spot.
Talking about Theo?
Yeah. Go out there and prove that could be better than Harrison Smith. That's what I was disappointed in.
Yeah. And that's pretty much gonna come down to his play as well, like training camp and all that. You know, he really got to go prove that he deserves to be a starter.
Yeah, it's crazy you said that because KOC put Theo Jackson on a pedestal.
Yeah, I mean they say he had a good training camp.
Yeah, they talking about Theo Jackson is the closer, the eraser.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know, that's on him, man. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and take that spot, man. He a Tennessee boy, you know, homebred and fed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I see his potential, and I don't like saying that word potential.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I can see it. You know what I'm saying? But
Theo Jackson
yeah, SKOL, we're in a bad way right now. We discombobulated.
The Vikes.
Yeah, and the fan base. We discombobulated. You can put 10 fans in a room and we still can't get on the same page.
Yeah.
That's how discombobulated we are.
Yeah, man. Real
you got
talk.
you got people in the chat still talking about Kirk Cousins and all that. Come on, man.
Man, I can't believe that Kirk Cousins shit going around. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, but hey, SKOL, I'm here with you on the Alabama talk. It's really getting time for college football right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for the training camp. I can't wait for the, you know what I'm saying? And when you go Bama Live, I'll be there.
Bet, come up, come up during the Bama Live, man. You talk that Tennessee shit, bro. Heavy, man.
Yeah. And meet me on the 3rd week of October.
We there.
We like and cigars on me. Yeah, cigars on me. I stay up, homie.
You too, bro. I'll let you later, man. For sure. All right, bet, man. That boy Dre wild, man. Shout out Dre in the building, dog. Heavy, man. SKOL Vikes, bro. He say, ask your friend, have he heard of Markel Bell, 6'9" left tackle from Miami as a backup to Darisaw? Big motherfucker, D-Pad. Big motherfucker. I'm gonna get into Caleb Banks right quick. I might do Markel Bell later. Check him out, break him down. Caleb Banks, 6'6", 330, big boy. Definitely a big boy. The sheer size jumps off the screen immediately at 6'6", 300 move. That's what it's about, bro. Big bodies, plugging the pocket up, stopping the run game, period. When he decides to anchor down and hold his ground, first step quickness defies what you would expect from a man his size. He fires off the ball with the explosion of someone 40 pounds lighter, creating instant penetration when aligned in one gap schemes, lined up everywhere from nose tackle to wide 9 during his time at Florida, giving future defensive coordinators a big, versatile chess piece that can move around formation pre-snap. Heavy hands that jolt offensive linemen when his timing is right. He can stun blockers with his initial punch and create separation before they can establish leverage. Natural power at the point of attack allows him to collapse the pocket with a straight bull rush. Double teams become necessary, which frees up linebackers and other rushers. Motor runs hotter than you would expect from a massive interior lineman. He chases plays down the line and hustles on the backside pursuit when most big bodies would quit. So he has a high motor at that size. Is definitely a benefit. Senior Bowl week showed the development scouts were hoping to see. He won multiple one-on-one reps as a pass rusher, registered a sack during team drills, and held his ground against the run. His step fake and slap combination creates legitimate pressure opportunities. When he puts together his first move with improved counter timing, sacks will follow at the next level. So this dude has a lot of potential, man. Biggest thing with Banks, can he stay healthy, bro? You hear me? Period, no cap. Some of his weaknesses per se, pad level remains an ongoing concern. He gets upright when fatigued and surrenders the leverage advantage his length should give him, making him vulnerable to being walked back. Pass rusher toolbox needs significant expansion. His counters are still underdeveloped, and once blockers recover from his initial move, he often stalls out without a plan B. Tackling technique will frustrate NFL coaches. Too many arm tackles and poor finishing angles. Explain why his tackling numbers never matched his physical tools in college. Production has been inconsistent for a player with this much. Damn, screen keep moving, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Shit irritating as fuck, man. No cap. Production has been inconsistent for a player with this much natural ability. He disappears for stretches, and his sack totals never reflected the dominance his size suggests is possible. Processing can be a beat slow against misdirection and screens. He occasionally loses gap integrity when offensive coordinators throw complex blocking schemes at him. And once again, development issues, development errors. And I got to keep going back to coaching, bro. I feel like Brian Flores can neutralize all of his weaknesses, turn his weaknesses into strengths, homie. Heavy. I mean, we seen Brian Flores turn take 8-year guys and reinvent them, give their career a rebirth, right? So all these problems here, man, you know, pad height, him being too high, needs more of an arsenal in his pass rushing abilities. All that comes with time and development, like I always say, bro. Heavy, you know, if he goes to the right organization under a great coaching staff, he will be a great player, no doubt in my mind. But as far as pure size alone, right, physicality alone, you want that big juggernaut, that big nose tackle, plugging up holes and filling in the gaps, right? Allowing your linebackers to be able to roam freely. Caleb Banks brings you all that in one package, right? He brings you everything you need as a true dominant juggernaut nose tackle. You know, heavy. Period, bottom line, bro. No cap. Yeah. So I'm going to say the rest of the names for the next live. You hear me, homie? Heavy. Finna get ready to get up out of here. Get into some of these comments. If I'm going to get him for the league minimum while I develop my quarterback, I'm not going to do another Herschel Walker deal for Burrow. I mean, no one wants Burrow, man. I feel you, Mike Rhyme. I don't want Burrow, but I don't want Kirk Cousins either. Even as a backup, homie, I don't want him in a building. He did nothing but rob the Vikings, steal from the Vikings, all that. So I'm not going to be in at all ever on Kirk Cousins, homie. I'll stand on that 10 toes down, period. You hear me? Heavy, man. We need a nasty offensive line. Real talk. Banks can, or Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis, go get this animal. JD, big facts, bro. At this point, if you're the Vikings, you get the biggest bodies you can, bro. You hear me? The biggest bodies you can, and you mold and develop them, and you go from there. I don't care what school they come from, huh? You know, what position they play. You want big guys who can move, big guys who are powerful at the end of the day. And we already got talent in the interior anyway. You got Rodriguez. He showed up this year. I'm sure he will elevate his game next year. You got Hargrave, Allen coming back, true veterans. You know, you got Tyrion Ingram. I'm expecting big things from him next year as well. You give him 1 year to develop, understand the game slows down. His biggest thing is just getting bigger, growing into his body. He's still very young as well. We can't forget that part. So you have certain pieces, homie, already. Then you build on top of that, Boom. You build in the drafts. You bring in guys who can contribute right away. Bring in guys who are good rotation pieces. That's it, bro. Point blank, period, bottom line. But both sides of the ball must be addressed. So we're going to see how it go down, bro, for real. Matter of fact, I think I might check out that lineman that D-Pad talked about. What's his name? Markel Bell. Let's see what Markel Bell is talking about before we get up out of here. Markel Bell. See what's up with him. Give me 1 second, baby. Markel Bell. Where the hell he at? It's Markel Samuel. Hey, D-Pad, are you sure that's the right name you give me, homie? Hey, D-Pad, once again, it's no Markel Bell in the draft buzz. Markel Bell, is that the right name? Once again, D-Pad. No Markel Bell is popping up. Let's see, man. Maybe he said the name wrong. Yeah, no Markel Bell. Let's try one more time. Markel Bell. Nah, he's not in here. Maybe it's a different name. Yes, he was at the Senior Bowl. Yeah, he didn't pop up, D-Pad. Are you sure you spelling his name right? Is his name spelled a different way? Yeah, that's what I typed in, Holmes. Not there. Give me 1 second. Carol Bell, once again, you hear me? Nah, nothing there. Let me try Google right quick. Carol Bell. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Did he come out this year? Hold on. Let's see what's up. Big dude. Damn, big dude for real. Definitely big as shit, D-Bad. 6'9", 340. Damn, bro, you hear me? No cap. 6'9", 340. Big boy for real. Big boy for real. Surprised he's not in here, though. Surprised he's not popping up. Bro. Why he's not on draft buzz? Fuck it, we are rock this way, man. Fuck it. 1 second. Markel Bell, 6'9", 340 from Cleveland, Mississippi. Let's see. News. See what they got here about him. No news available. Check somewhere else out. Definitely a big boy, bro. 6'9", 340. See at the Senior Bowl. Also, so he definitely was at the Senior Bowl. Hurricanes offensive tackle Bell with the American team at Senior Bowl practice on Thursday. Let's see what's up. Let's check out some of his highlights. Give me 1 second, bro. Let me see real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna wait on the video right quick, man. You know. But yeah, definitely a big body. I'll get into him more on the next live, bro. But just from observing him, looking at him, a lot of raw talent. Definitely a big boy, big size, Can't coach size and speed like I always say. You hear me? Heavy. Definitely would need some, you know, development though. Work on his technique, pad height, just from seeing those simple highlights right there. A name to definitely pay attention to. You hear me? No cap. Yeah. Yeah, definitely D-Pad. Good shout out, D-Pad. He's not talked about, but will be soon. I believe it. I believe it. You hear me? Heavy. Actually, when is your next live stream? I'll be live tomorrow, but I'll be talking about Bama football, D-Pad. The next Vikings live will be Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday. So come lock in with me again. You got some more prospect names, bring them in the building as well, bro. Appreciate you, homie. Heavy. Finna get up out of here, man. Once again, I appreciate my big dogs, my Levy dogs in the chat. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Become a channel member and really lock in with me, bro. Purr, man. So purr. That's what it is, man. Where will the Vikings go from here? Lock in with me, bro. Like I say, SKOL Vikes. Win, lose, or draw, forever. But we come to win, man. Holla at y'all next time. Hold it down. SKOL Vikes. Oh, yeah. We run the North. Believe that.